Hello, Go Horrors and fellow Deadites. I'm Brendan.
I'm Sam.
And welcome to Our Life in Horror.
And we are going to have a special guest tonight.
Yes, we are.
We've got our friend, the Bitter Wolf. I'm going to bring him on now. Hey.
Hello.
How's it going?
Well, good. Here we are again. This is great.
Okay, so
this is our fourth time, right?
It is, and we did a poll with Patreon members to see what movie we were going to do. So let's all say what our picks were. So I picked Charlie's Farm.
Mm-hmm. I picked Re-Animator.
Yeah, and what was your pick again?
Oh, yeah, I picked Sissy from 2022.
Yeah. And I want to see that. I actually wanted to see all of them, but Re-Animator won, so here we are.
Yeah.
We'll go to the chat here quick. One of the most underrated body horrors ever. I always dug Re-Animator.
Nice.
Amen to that.
Hey, Ryan.
Amen to that.
Okay.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, Big Rod.
So, do you want to plug your Twitter account, your website, everything? Talk about what you do for people that are seeing you for the first time.
Yes. So I am the Bitter Wolf. I run the website realbitterwolf.com, and we do movie commentary primarily for independent horror movies. But we also will talk about anything. I have the Friends of the Bitter Wolf series where anyone's welcome to contribute writing or anything that they want to do. So our most recent article is from our guest contributor, Jimmy O'Hara, and he wrote an article for Pride Month about Nightmare on Elm Street 2. So that's our most recent thing. And check out the article. And Jimmy's a really good writer. So I have that, and then I have my Twitter account, The Bitter Wolf. So I go on there and ramble about a lot of different things, and I want to talk to people about horror. So thanks for having me.
Awesome. I guess we get into it.
Yep.
And this is what, our second live discussion, movie discussion?
I think it's been more than that.
No, we've done other live topics, just not movie discussions. So
okay.
I get all flustered. I'm like, what's the next step? Okay. It's not that hard. Let me pull up the cast here because I forgot to print, of course, my sheets. It's been a week. Re-Animator, 7.2 on IMDb and 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Release date was October 18th, 1985. Director is Stuart Gordon. Where's the cast? Jeffrey Combs, Bruce Abbott, Barbara Crampton. I guess I'll read the description too.
Yep. Some people have never seen this movie,
like
believe it or not.
Yeah.
At the university, this was my first time watch, by the way, guys.
Ooh, I'm so excited to hear what Sam has to say. Always Brendan too, but especially Sam today.
Yeah.
I am excited to hear what Sam has to say.
Yeah, I know. At the University of Zurich, Herbert West brings his dead professor back to life. Following the horrific side effects involved in the procedure, West moves to the USA to further his studies. All right. Spoiler-free thoughts. What do you think of this movie?
I adore this movie. It's been in my top 5 letterbox for a long time. It's probably the only one that's stayed there the whole time. But it's, fantastic. That's it.
I agree with everything you just said.
Yeah.
I also really love this movie. I remember when I bought this movie, I watched it 5 times in that year.
When was this?
We were living in Paris, so it was two years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you were just casually living in Paris, I see. Okay.
No, not the fancy Paris.
No, not
Paris, Ontario. I know we always have to correct people.
I was watching Re-Animator in Paris.
Yeah, name drop.
No, Paris, Ontario, which is a cute little town, but it does not have the Eiffel Tower.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, my spoiler-free thoughts. I didn't mind it. I know, I'm sorry. I think maybe I left it for too long and overhyped it for myself. I liked some of the body horror. I just think the whole mad scientist storyline is not really my type of storyline. But there's a little bit of a love story in here that I liked, so we'll get into that.
There's an even story in the second one.
That's why I'm excited for that one.
Oh,
I was
okay.
actually going to watch it before this episode. What?
Without me?
I don't know. I'll watch it with you.
My goodness.
But I
That's a
didn't.
great one,
I'm
yeah.
hoping I like that one even more, though, because I didn't hate this one. I just didn't love it. I wasn't wowed.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I do have things I like about it that we'll get into. So we're getting into spoilers now. But we'll go to the comments here quick because we have Bo with us, Critic After Dark.
Hi, Bo.
Hi,
Good
Bo.
at the Re-Animator. And then people are saying what's up to him. Okay. So describe this movie in 3 words.
Oh, you guys go first. I need to scroll down to that one.
I put bloody mad scientist.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put fun, gory, and dramatic / satirical.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's pretty much one of my words, which is theatrical. Because I know Stuart Gordon, he was a guy who was really into theater, and he was really like a professional theater dude. So he definitely brings that into Re-Animator. That's why it's so dramatic. So I thought dramatic is a perfect word. Theatrical. I also put macabre and spooky.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Who's your guys' favorite character? Don't look at my sheet. Get over on your side. Who's your favorite character?
Oh, this is really hard for me because, I watched it again today, and I feel like over the years, I probably watched it as many times as Brendan had watched it in that one year. So like 5 or 6 times. But every year it's like I've gotten older, and I feel like my reflections on it change, and I understand a little bit more of the nuances. So that being said, I think my favorite character is Dr. Hill, even though he's also my least favorite character. So it's like they're like 2 in 1. So the reason I say that is because I thought the way that he's written is the best. That's how I judge my favorite character.
Yeah, I understand. Just like how we both jaw
He's an
dropped.
evil. Oh, I know.
He's
He's an
greasy.
evil, disgusting bastard.
Yeah.
But that's also why you love to hate him. That's kind of what it is.
That's understandable.
Okay.
What about you?
I have the 2 leads. I got Herbert West and Dan Kane. I think they're reflections of themselves, yet they want the same thing. So I like that dynamic. Dan still wants people to see, like, he strives to save people, as you get from the opening scene and the closing scene. And then Herbert West also strives, but he strives in a completely different way. And he's a little bit mad.
A little bit, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
I love that. Wait. Oh, sorry. Can I respond to
Yeah.
something Brendan said real fast?
Yeah.
So it's like they both have very similar goals, but their ideals are so different in life. Like there's one point where the dean. Wait, are we still spoiler free?
Yeah, we can do spoilers. Spoilers, yeah.
Okay. So Dean Halsey is on the floor and he's dead, and they're trying to get him back to life. Or Herbert wants to convince him to get him back to life, to convince Dan to let him do that. And so he's like talking about it's scientific and it's all about scientific advancement, and that's not registering with Dan until he says, we could bring him back to life. And then Dan's like, okay. So it highlights their goal is the same, but their motivations are very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think so.
I'm just gonna throw this up. To me, it's like Frankenstein meets Evil Dead. I definitely get those vibes.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, mine is Dan because he's very nice to look at. I think he's a hottie. And Meg.
I think that's true.
And Meg because she's sweet and they have a cute love story and they're a smoking hot couple. I just really like looking at Dan this whole movie.
Okay. He's a stud. Like he's a very handsome man.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. When we were watching, I've had a rough week. So when we were watching the movie, I was not in a very good mood, and there was not a lot that was gonna take me out of it. So I'm hoping if I give this a rewatch, I'm gonna like it even more. Because I don't know, in a stubbornly bad mood, I guess I can say.
Oh yeah.
Like not even a mood that could be lifted by anything. So I'm hoping that that's part of the reason why this movie didn't really get there for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, that's my backstory. I'm going with Dan and Meg. Mostly Dan. Who's your least favorite character?
Dr. Hill, yeah. In terms of people, I think every character is really well developed and well written. Even the security guard, even though he's like just in it for a little bit. So I think it's really difficult for me to do the best and least for that reason. But Dr. Hill, if we're talking about he's a bad person.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Dr. Hill all the way. The dude's greasy. He's creepy. He's egotistical. He wants to just, he'll do whatever it takes to further his career, even if it means stepping on people or straight up stealing their ideas.
He sexually assaults her.
Yeah, he sexually assaults her. He has mind control.
After he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, he's my least favorite as well, but I also threw in Herbert West because this is all his fucking fault.
That's fair. That's a totally valid
like,
point.
all this shit is his fault, and
absolutely,
he's just such a mad scientist. Like he just got on my nerves.
Yeah,
I'm like, be more like Dan.
That's good. You're supposed to have that reaction to him, I hope, because he's crazy. I mean, he's like obsessed, and he can't get rid of this obsession. There's that scene where Dr. Hill is in a lecture with him talking about the dangers of obsession, or he references it as he's talking about brain death. But he's looking like right at Herbert as he's saying it, and they're like two competing mad scientists in a way. They also have different ideals. So there's like many different levels of the same mad scientist in this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's like arrogant. He's narcissistic in a way. You know, he has really strong convictions, so he thinks he has righteous anger, but he also commits murder. I mean, he like hacks off Dr. Hill's head. So I mean, yeah, he's messed up too.
Yeah, wasn't a fan.
At least he's adorable.
Herbert West?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would call him adorable.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Best acting?
Wow. I mean, Jeffrey Combs, this is one of like the ultimate best acting in all of horror history, in my opinion. He's like perfect as the mad scientist, and he just lets loose. So I think Jeffrey Combs gets it, but David Gale as Dr. Hill is perfect. Spot on. Like carrying his head around is so funny. So I'd say those two.
Yeah, I went with Jeffrey Combs too.
Oh, same with me. Like the dude just steals every scene he's in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love how over the top and funny his line deliveries are, even though they're probably not supposed to be, but they are.
Mm-hmm.
He's sarcastic, like really sarcastic. I love it.
Yeah, same.
Score and soundtrack.
Perfect. I love the score and soundtrack. It really builds up the tension in scenes that are supposed to have some suspense. Highlights the spooky vibes. Like to me, this is a great October movie because of the way it looks and the way that it feels through the music and the acting. But I think Stuart Gordon always did that with his movies. He was just perfect at doing that. So 100%.
Yeah, I also love the score. When Waxwork re-released their vinyl, I messaged you and I was like, I'm getting this right now.
Yeah.
Because I think the score is fantastic. It's fun. It's like what words did I write? I didn't write any words. But yeah, I truly love this score. I think it's amazing.
I I wrote down that at times it sounds like scurrying, and it makes me really anxious. But it reminds me of when we started our Instagram page. This is before the YouTube channel, before the podcast. All we had was an Instagram page.
Yeah.
And our very first post was a video of your movie collection in the Paris library.
Oh, yeah.
And I used that song because you told me to.
Oh.
And forever now, that the score is going to remind me of the beginning of our life in horror.
Oh,
so cheesy.
I thought you were gonna say it reminds me of Paris.
Paris, yeah, France.
That's amazing.
Man.
That's a great story, though.
But yeah, I liked it too. Before we move on, we got Critic After Dark. Jeffrey Combs is an absolute scene stealer. You know, he was in he's in Would You Rather, right? With Brittany Snow.
Yes,
yeah, I loved him in that. Yeah, I thought he stole the show in that movie too.
Sometimes he's really good in movies, and sometimes he's real bad.
Oh, really? I don't know if I know what else he's in. Like, I'm sure I've seen him before.
You know, I think the first time I was on here, I talked about that movie Onyx the Fortuitous, and both he and Barbara Crampton are in it, I believe.
Right, you were saying that. Yeah, we still haven't watched it.
Yeah, he's like I think he's the villain or something, but yeah, he's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, our buddies.
Have you seen him in? What was he in? Oh, he was in the Masters of Horror episode that Stuart Gordon directed, which was the Black Cat, I think. So he plays Edgar Allan Poe in that one.
Oh, that's a good choice, but no, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
I haven't made it through any of the Masters of Horror seasons.
And then we have classic 80s score. Us 80s kids were so spoiled with horror, it was glorious.
Into that.
Okay, cinematography. I actually didn't write anything for this, so you guys can take it away. Sorry.
Really good. I especially love all the different colors. You know, you've got your greens and purples and stuff. It highlights the whole old science-y Frankenstein feel. So I really like that. And the framing of his face. Yeah, I love every close-up shot of Jeffrey Combs because of his acting, but also like it's just like, you know, they tilt him a little bit and give him nice shadows, so it highlights his insanity when it comes out. So yeah, I love Stuart Gordon's framing of shots.
Yeah, I like Stuart Gordon as well. I thought the movie was okay. It's like well shot, and I think it still looks good. Like we watched it on like the Arrow Blu-ray release or whatever, so it's like a remastered, but it looks really good. I like the intro, the opening credit sequence, because it's like all weird and trippy and sciencey and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a very unique credit sequence that I don't think I've ever seen replicated in any other movie before. I've seen like cartoons. Yeah. And there's been some fun cartoon ones I've seen, but I'm
not gonna lie, watching it for the first time on the 75-inch TV you just bought, I'm wondering if I'll like it better on a smaller TV. It might be a little bit more charming.
No, you wouldn't.
No, okay. No, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Why do you say that?
Because the TV is perfect.
You're just obsessed with it. Okay. He has a new mistress. It's this TV he just bought.
Oh, okay.
I find him in here late at night. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He comes to bed.
Okay.
He's amazing in Frighteners as well. I haven't seen that.
That's the other movie I know him from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not seen that one. Favorite costumes and outfits.
Go ahead. You go first. I didn't write one down for this, so I'll have to think about it.
I just wrote down that Meg has a lot of cute outfits. I didn't write them all down, and yeah, that's all I really put.
Yeah, it's
also her lack of outfits is nice.
It's all pretty much business. Like it's higher.
Mhm.
Like I don't think Dan wears too much other than scrubs. And then
Right.
if Jeffrey Combs isn't wearing scrubs, he's literally always like in some sort of suit looking down upon everybody else in his righteousness. I guess I like his when he goes to Dan's house and he's got like the big black coat on, and no, he doesn't have a hat on. For some reason, I thought he had like one of those like old timey, like not like the
That would be
top hat,
perfect.
but like the bowl hat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he had that on for some reason, but he definitely doesn't.
No.
Yeah, I think maybe he has his collar popped or something. I don't know, but I remember that. Well, I just watched it like an hour ago, so of course I can remember it. But yeah, I mean, I think like it's like the makeup design and the costumes that are really good in terms of the gore special effects and stuff like that. So like the Dr. Hill carrying his head around is really neat, you know. And of course they built like a torso and then had David Gale stick his head out like that and into the thing, so he was just walking around like that, which is hilarious too. It's like the magic of the movies meets the insanity and hilarity of botched science.
Yeah. Come out at 2 a.m. He's just caressing the remote while spinning the TV.
Why did this guy become all about me and the TV?
Big Rod, how did you know that?
Yeah. So he's got cameras in our house.
Oh my god,
He's
that's
got
funny.
cameras.
I sent him a photo of you last night. No, I'm kidding. I would go with Barbara Crampton's birthday suit. Yeah, that's what I meant by her lack of clothing.
Yes.
Lucky guess. Oh my god. Okay. Next category. I think it's memorable lines. Yeah, memorable lines. I have 2.
Ooh.
Just 2?
Yeah.
Oh
Should I
my
just
God.
fire them off now?
I got 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got about the same.
Okay. Yeah, keep in mind I was not in a good mood.
True.
You're fine. Don't worry. You want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay, let's see. What if we get caught when they're sneaking into the mortuary? Dan says, "What if we get caught?" And Herbert says, "What are they going to do? Embalm us?" So that's like another one of his things where he's like, he does not care about authority because his righteousness is sure, and he can do whatever he wants, but he still has time to make little one-liners, which I love.
Yeah.
What was I supposed to say? Cat's dead. Details later.
That's one of mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
One
of mine
too. I have in the beginning. He says, "I gave him life."
Oh, I had that one too.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's right
great.
too.
And I love that line because it's right after he killed him, basically. It's like he's always killing these people, bringing them back to life, ignoring the fact that he killed them. And he's like, "See, I gave you life."
Yeah.
Let's see. I've always admired your beauty, my dear. This is Dr. Gale, and he's got his head up next to Meg. Or Dr. Gale, I'm sorry. Dr. Hill. I've always admired your beauty, my dear. I think I've always loved you. And then he sticks his tongue in her ear.
I hate him.
It's so funny to me. Oh my god.
I have birth is always painful.
Mm-hmm.
And brings the cat back.
Yeah. That
I
cat
love that cat.
The cat looked rough.
I love it. He's like, well, his back's broken. And I'm like, it's a little worse than that.
I guess he's like, do you agree that he's dead now? And just like picks him up a little bit and then just drops it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my god. Herbert does not care. Yeah.
Oh, you're out of line.
I'm out of lines. It's you guys.
You're out of lines. Let me see here. Oh, this is great. You'll never get credit for my discovery. Who's going to believe a talking head? Get a job or a sideshow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that one down. And then Actually, nope. I'm at a lines too. I wrote one of my favorite scenes in my memorable lines.
Oh, okay. All right, it's
Let
all
me see
you.
if I had
You
any-
got more?
Oh no, actually, the last one was I gave him life. So no.
Okay. Any lines that were disliked? I bet you no. Okay.
No.
Okay. Favorite kill?
Let me see. I mean, I think it's probably a tie for me between Dean Halsey's death, because it starts out in the funniest way. Like the corpse kicks the door down and it falls on him. Like
Yeah.
that's like a classic slapstick scenario. And so that happens, but then the corpse goes and stomps on him. Then it's not slapstick anymore; it's horror because it breaks his face. And then he bites off his fingers, and then he goes up and throws him against the wall. It's like, that scene is so ridiculous. Then he turns into a zombie. So it's just like adding pain to punishment or whatever. And then the other one is I liked Dr. Hill's death too, because it just showed that Herbert was so obsessed that he was actually willing to murder somebody for this mission of his. So those are my two.
Yeah, I went with Dr. Hill too, just because I think it's the most graphic. I think it's actually like Herbert's like first kill that we see, like official kill, other than maybe the cat, because we don't know if he actually killed the cat or not. We just have to believe his word. But yeah, I think it was his first kill on screen.
Okay.
Well, we saw him. Well, I guess you can't call it a kill because he killed the corpse. You remember when he stabbed the corpse through?
Yeah.
Thing? But I don't know if that counts.
See, I don't know either because it's like a zombie kill, right?
Yeah.
And
fuck the zombies.
That guy was already dead. So at this point, that person is more of a science experiment to Herbert than a person.
Aren't they all? I think they are when they're alive too.
But with Hill, it was more like you're not gonna screw with me kind of deal. You know, there's more passion there than there was with the guy. He had the buzzsaw through the chest.
Right. Exactly.
I went with Dr. Hill as well. Didn't he like gouge his eyes out at the end too? But
yeah,
I guess that's more of a zombie though.
Oh yeah.
The dad did.
Yeah.
Herbert Campbell's dad.
Yeah.
Did,
Least favorite kill?
Oh, I don't have one.
You don't have one?
Nope.
No, I mean the cat. If
That's
the cat was killed off screen, I feel bad for the cat. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I wrote too. I didn't like that.
Oh, okay.
They found the cat in the fridge.
I also love that. Like that's one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie when he brings the cat back and it's it's on his back.
Yeah.
It's like also hilarious slapstick humor because he's just like moving around. And by the way, another thing that makes Jeffrey Combs so amazing is that he's so physical. He puts 1,000% into his physicality in every shot of that movie. And so even with the humor, it's hilarious. He's like tossing around and throws the cat. And I also empathize because I've been attacked by a cat like that before. So I totally understand. Yeah.
Like on your back?
No, it was on my legs and my feet. It just I'll tell you about that later. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, I went with the cat as well. Gore factor and special effects.
Is this a rating? I love it.
Yeah, you can just talk about the special effects.
Yeah,
what you
or
think about
anything
it.
that you really liked, or
I mean the classic head in between the legs, the head walking around, the head that he replaced his head with on his body is really funny. So I mean all the gore stuff I love in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same. I really like the exploding eyeballs at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I wrote that too.
Really sets the tone for how the
yeah.
Let's see what we got.
I thought it was really gross when he put the Q-tip in the hole in the head, in the guy's head.
After the laser surgery?
And then he takes it out. It just looked really gross. I just didn't like that.
Yeah.
You could feel it going in when he does that. Like I wrote that down too as one of my favorite shots because also like Dr. Hill has like a smile on his face while he's doing it. So it establishes that's the first thing you see of him doing. So it establishes that he's kind of fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it for me.
That's it?
Yeah.
If you more dead the undead, it qualifies as kill as long as it's good. Yeah. Storyline and pacing.
Good. I love the story here. I mean, it's quite simple. It's pretty much just a Frankenstein story. And actually, I think Stuart Gordon, I read somewhere that he was talking to people before he did this movie. He was like, what do I want to do for my first movie? And this is his first feature film, by the way, which just blows me away. But he was like, I want to do horror because it's easy to get it financed. And I don't want to do vampires because everyone's doing vampires and we don't need more vampire movies. I want to do a Frankenstein movie. And then someone introduced him to Re-Animator, and that became the thing that he did here. So, but wait, I forgot what the question was now.
We're just talking about the storyline and pacing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's why the plot seems very simple, but it came from the story. And also Stuart Gordon was like a big H.P. Lovecraft fan. So I think I haven't read that story, so I'm not sure exactly how close it is to the original story there, but maybe that has something to do with the pacing. I don't know.
Okay.
Yep. I really like the pacing. I think it's very well paced. The only issue I have with the story is the mind control that Dr. Hill has that's never thoroughly explained or elaborated on.
Over like Dean Halsey and
tries on Barbara Campton and tries on West too. And you can tell they're like really going for it because it's shot that way. So like whenever he's like looking at somebody, it's like intense focus, and then the other person is like centered camera, like teary-eyed, like you can tell in their mind they're like, oh, this dude's in my head right now. But unfortunately, it's just they had to cut a lot of the stuff out due to I can't remember what it was, but they did like they were gonna shoot stuff, but I think they ran out of budget or something, so they ended up just shooting this shot the rest of the movie the way it was and just left all these scenes in there. So it's completely unexplained, and I can't remember if they elaborate on it more in the sequel or not. But yeah, I think that's like
I don't think so.
I don't think they do.
But I can't remember. But wait, because that actually explains a question I had, which was like that scene where he's holding up his head and looking at Dean Halsey through the mirror. And I was like, what is going on exactly? Is he recruiting him? But how is he recruiting him? Yeah, like you said, it's the maybe that's why it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, he was supposed to originally have mind control in the original script.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, some kind of hypnosis, and then they just never elaborated on it.
Would you liked it more with the hypnosis, Sam?
I don't know if that would make a difference for me.
I honestly think. Oh
no, go ahead. Sorry.
I just think if they would have cut it, it would have been fine. But I think having it in there just adds just some sort of ridiculousness to it in those sequences that you just can't help but laugh because you don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Yep, I could see that for sure.
Okay, so for me, the storyline was fine. I just, like I said, I don't know if the mad scientist storyline is for me particularly, but I did like the whole Dan and Meg storyline. Yeah, and then I liked how it ended with a dark ending. I'm assuming that's leading into the next movie based on the fact that it's Bride of the Re-Animator, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I haven't seen it obviously, but I'm assuming that's what's gonna happen. But I know you're not gonna give me anything.
Nope, you have to watch it. After this,
But I did like the dark ending that she dies and then he goes to like bring her back or whatever. I like the way they did that.
he's bringing her back for love.
Yeah.
In an evil way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Sam, do you like Society?
Yeah, I actually did like that one. Yeah.
Okay, because the second movie is directed by the guy who directed Society. And he also produced Re-Animator. Brian Usenet, yeah. So he does Bride of Re-Animator and he did Beyond Re-Animator. And they're a little bit different because they both have different directorial approaches. So I think maybe you'll like Bride better.
I'm hoping I do. We'll see. I'm going to watch it. I've got a comment here. I think the story idea is fantastic. It could make a good remake, but they didn't tell it the best. I think the pacing was adequate, not great, not terrible. A remake. What do you guys think about a remake? And who would play?
I mean, they're already kind of doing it with this idea. Like you had Lisa Frankenstein, and then you had they had that other Frankenstein movie too with the black girl.
The angry black girl and her monster.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, there was that one as
Yeah,
well.
that was good. Yeah.
But what about a straight up remake? Who would play Herbert West?
I don't honestly think you could recapture the charm of this movie.
Yeah, that would be tough to pull off in 2024, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
They would have to be very different. But also, they've done the story Re-Animator many different times outside of this franchise. So, like, it's been done in a lot of different interpretations. So, I think it doesn't have to be a remake. That's the nice thing of having a story like this. That's like based on a really old story that a lot of different directors do. You can have all these interpretations. Then it doesn't feel like a remake of something. It doesn't feel like it's imitating Jeffrey Combs, who cannot be imitated.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I'm trying to think of someone that I could see playing it, but I can't think of anyone. I just want Sydney Sweeney as Meg.
Of course.
Yeah, I think that's a really good casting, actually.
You could probably have like Eddie. What's his face? Joseph Quinn as Jeffrey Combs.
That would actually be pretty good. I could see that
because
I could see it. He has like a fun face.
Yeah,
like he can do like.
I think he could pull off the nerdiness.
And so does Jeffrey
William Dafoe
Combs.
could pull it off.
William Dafoe as Dr.
He'd
Hill
have to
would be
be
good.
Dr.
Yeah, he's a little old for Jeffrey, or for Herbert.
Who would you have as Dan?
As Dan? Someone smoking hot. You.
Oh, yes. Brendan is Dan. Yeah, come on.
No, I don't want you paired up with Sydney Sweeney. That's a nightmare.
I wouldn't be.
It's a recipe for divorce.
Oh, God.
I don't know who I'd pick for Dan.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's fun though. I like trying to recast roles. All right. Where did we leave off? Storyline. So we're moving into favorite scenes.
Oh, yeah. So I already talked about the cat scene. That was one of my favorite scenes. I love how it opens like with it's just like right in the middle of it. And the eye popping sequence, I love that at the very beginning. And like I said before, I love him walking around. I like when he initially gets up and starts walking around. He's figuring everything out. Let me put the head in the tray. The head's in the tray. Let me add some blood here, and I'll suck it up in through my neck. That brings me awake. Okay, now I'll figure out I can walk around. I can carry myself. Just keep giving me blood, And throughout the whole thing, you can hear the blood sucking up, which is great. Sound effects. So I think those are some of my favorites.
Okay. Yeah.
I also put the cat fight.
Okay.
I like when Dr. Hill and Herbert West first meet because I think it's even more of a understanding of how like arrogant and like you said, like self-righteous and
yeah, totally.
absolutely how he looks down upon Dr. Hill. is just fantastic.
Totally disgusted. Yeah.
Yeah, he just belittles them right in front of his colleagues and everything like that, and just doesn't even think twice about it. And it's like
The very first time he meets this guy too, it's like he tells him, "I accuse you of plagiarism, and I think I think your theories are crap." To his face. That's his introduction. It's insane.
Yeah, to his teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. It's just ballsy and just ridiculous.
Yep.
This is such a fucking Sam answer. I have the sex scene, but also because I like
the cat.
I like how he it shows the silliness of their relationship after he puts the blanket over and he's all like, ooh.
Oh yeah.
So I like the silliness of it.
Yeah. But the cat also jumps on his back during their sex scene, and that's how the sex scene ends. I love it because in that shot, it's like it looks like it's very obvious someone threw the cat onto his back. It's not like the cat jumped up. It's like the cat's coming down.
Am I just saying all of them, or did you just say one?
I just said one.
You just said one? Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
I said two, I guess, but.
Do you have any more?
Yeah, let me see here. So I talked about the blood going into the neck. There's a lot of individual shots that I really like, but I love the scene in the lecture whenever he's pulling off the scalp and he's like, see, it comes off just like an orange peel. And that shows, again, how sadistic Dr. Hill is. But his tension with Herbert West in that scene is my favorite because he's talking about him, even though he's addressing the whole class and he's staring at him. But Herbert West is breaking the pencil and conditioning him to follow the pencil. And so I think it's totally brilliant. I love that scene.
I have the zombie chaos fight at the end. I think it's just absolutely chaotic. I think all the zombies are great. I love when Dr. Hill's body is totally OD'd, and then for some reason we get this gigantic tentacle come out of his chest, which I'm assuming might be an intestine. I don't know. And just try to swallow up Herbert.
Yeah, it's a tentacle. It's the Kraken, or what is that thing that H.P. Lovecraft loves? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I actually also wrote when all the bodies come alive at the end. So my next one would be the ending with Meg dying. I liked how they went with the dark ending. Yeah.
Wait, what was it again? I mean, sorry.
We're on favorite scenes still.
Oh, we're on favorite scenes. Oh, I thought we transitioned. Sorry. Okay, that's all I have. That's all I have for now.
That's all I had too.
I got one more thing, which is the book ending for Dan. So Dan opens up his character. He's trying to save the old lady, and he won't give up on her while everybody else has. And then by the end of it, he's trying to save Barbara, and he's trying to do everything he can. And he actually finds a way to bring her back, but it's just not. She's not going to come back the way he wants her to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just he hasn't learned his lesson yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys have least favorite scenes?
I can't think of any. No, I like that movie all the way through.
I pretty much do too. I'll give a little bit of points on the hypnotic scenes.
Okay.
Just because they do tend to stand out. But honestly, I don't really think they wreck anything. It would just be nice if they were more fleshed out.
Okay. I put the cat scenes because I felt bad for the cat and everything it was going through. And then just the Dr. Hill groping Meg and stuff when she's all tied up. I just thought it was so slimy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The killer is the next category.
Who is the killer? I mean, there's a couple of killers in this movie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, I mean, I like them both. So there you go. I've already talked about Herbert West a lot, but I just think he's such a great character. Obviously, he's a killer too, and the fact that Jeffrey Combs is able to make you root for him in a weird, twisted kind of way It's like you can empathize with him, even though we know all these things are true about him as well. So that's great acting for Jeffrey Combs and great writing. Who wrote this? Was it Stuart Gordon or Brian Usna? Did you have that, Sam?
I will have it in 2 seconds.
I don't remember. I think it was Stuart Gordon.
I can't remember either. But
it actually doesn't say here. If I can go on IMDb, maybe.
Yeah, that's right.
Writers. Oops.
No, William Norris and Dennis
Paoli.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll research them later.
Yeah. Which killer exactly? I'm gonna say Herbert West. This is all his fault. This movie. It's all his fault. That's all I'm gonna say.
It is.
You just don't become friends with the new kids in class. This is the moral of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with Stewart too. I just love him so much. I think he's great. I think he's a fantastic character to watch. I think he's extremely well written. I love his arrogance. I love how blinded he is to his cause, and I love how he's able to manipulate Dan around him so easily. But yeah, I don't know. Dr. Hill is just slimy too. He's greaseball. It's amazing how nice everybody says he was on set after watching this movie, because it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
I've seen him in other movies too, and I can't get this movie out of my head now. So every time I see him, I'm like, ugh, there's that guy.
Like The Brain. Did you see that?
Yep.
He's the doctor in that too. I love that. That movie is great. Did you see that, Sam?
No.
No, Sam skipped out on that episode. It was a me and Bo episode.
Man.
Oh, right. You guys did cover that.
Yeah, it was around Christmas.
Oh, you covered The Brain? Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. All right, we're getting into our scary rating out of 10. How scary is it?
Yeah, not really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 1.
Yeah, see.
I mean, the concept, the theory of it is scary. If it really happened in real life, that would be scary. But no, the movie itself.
Yeah. Oh man, The Brain was brutal, but I think I still like it.
I have to listen to that episode.
I know. We tried so hard to like it, but for some reason we just couldn't get past. We just couldn't get over the hump to like it.
Oh God. Well, I got over a lot of humps in my life. Like, for example, there's a movie you may not have heard of called Terror at Bloodfort Lake. And I had to get over a big hump.
Never heard of it. I watched the trailer for it and I couldn't. I can't.
No, I know you can't do it. Yeah. No, it's okay. It's understandable.
Rewatchability, and would you recommend?
Oh yeah, 1,000%. I would watch it 5 or 6 times a year if I wasn't doing this horror 365 challenge. So it was nice. Actually, I haven't rewatched a movie in a really long time until today. So that was nice.
Perfect. I absolutely rewatch it.
Yeah.
Rewatch it. And absolutely recommend. Like, I'm repping the shirt. I finally got to find one. I love it. Yeah, since I bought it, I went out and got all the other ones and watched them all in the same week. And no, actually, I haven't seen Beyond yet.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's on Tubi.
I have it. I just haven't watched it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I made it through. Like, I think I tried to watch it twice, and both times I made it about 10 minutes in, and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
What a ringing endorsement for the movie.
It was just work related. I swear, it had nothing to do with the
I know.
movie.
I understand.
For me, rewatchability, I'll probably rewatch this in maybe a year. It's nothing I'm running to watch, but I definitely want to watch the next one. I would recommend it though. Final movie rating as a whole. Do I still have that photo I can put up here quick? I think I do. final movie rating as a whole, what would you rate this movie?
Well, the 100 for sure. That's the good one, right?
Yeah. The piece of poop.
I'm also going with the 100.
Okay. I'm going a high okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's fair.
I'm going a high
3.5 on Letterboxd. Is that what that is?
Yeah, it is. I'm hoping maybe if I watch it again when I'm having a better week, I'll enjoy it a little bit more. And I'm hoping I like Bride better. But we'll see.
I think you will. It's basically, it's like Frankenhooker, except with a Re-Animator flair to it.
Okay.
And you liked Frankenhooker, right?
I didn't mind it. I thought it was a little overhyped, but I still enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Critic After Dark both says 100. Yeah. Did I hear that right? Blood Fart Lake. You heard that. A-okay. Yeah.
You heard it here, and you'll hear it here again. I promise you that.
Yes, you will. Did you guys hear there's a crowdfunded Batman horror movie being made? I did.
Oh, I didn't.
I did see that. I feel like
Nice.
Davey, Late Night with the Davey guy, has been talking about that. I think he's involved somehow. I don't know.
Oh,
Unless I'm talking about something totally different. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan.
a crowdfunded horror.
I think that's where I heard it, though. I thought I heard it from him.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get into some fun facts, which you guys all probably know because you guys love Re-Animator. This is my first time watching it, so they're all new for me. But
Throw them at us.
Yeah.
let's see. The special effects department went through 24 gallons of fake blood during the shoot. Makeup effects artist John Nolan said that Re-Animator was the bloodiest film he had ever worked on. In the past, he had never used more than 2 gallons of blood on film.
Wow. Now they use 500,000 gallons of blood on the film set.
Yeah. Oh, you're correct, Sam. Davy Death Ray. Thank you. That's the name, Davy Death Ray. He's going to be in the film as well. That's sweet.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Gotham Noir with Davy Death Ray. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Stuart Gordon and Dennis Paoli, I'm going to say that wrong, originally intended to be faithful to the H.P. Lovecraft story, but the film ultimately had little in common with the story, which was intended to be a parody of Frankenstein. H.P. Lovecraft never really liked his Re-Animator stories and wrote them only because he got $5 per installment.
Wow.
David Bowie worked with cinematographer Mac Alberg on The Second Greatest Story Ever Told, parts 1 and 2. During filming, Bowie found out that Alberg had shot Re-Animator. He excitedly ran up to Alberg and asked if this was true. Alberg said it was. Bowie replied, "That is my favorite film."
What? That's amazing.
The building used for the Miskatonic Medical School is the same one as the Cyberdyne headquarters in Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I getting you guys with new fun facts?
Yeah. I don't know a crazy bunch of fun facts.
Okay, this is fun.
Wait, Sam, can I interject one real quick? I was because we were talking about who wrote it, and you mentioned Dennis Paoli, so I looked him up while you were doing that, and apparently I didn't know he wrote like all of Stuart Gordon's other movies too, which like From Beyond, Dagon, and I recommend those movies as well. But he also wrote Suitable Flesh, which Brian Usna produced, which I had no idea.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Check it
Was
out.
it good?
It's
Did
really
you like
good.
it?
It wasn't quite for me.
Okay.
It's just.
Okay. I'll probably watch it because she's in it.
It has lots of Re-Animator vibes.
Okay. The woman Dan is seen attempting to resuscitate at the beginning of the film was a dildo enthusiast and was known to hide dildos with the fake corpses in the morgue set.
That is so awesome.
I love that. I want to be known as a dildo enthusiast. Actually, I don't know. I take that back.
Put that on my headstone when I die.
Dildo enthusiast.
Here lies the dildo enthusiast.
We always end up talking about sex toys. Our last live, I brought up the backstory of the vibrator.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
What else do I have here? The opening theme borrows heavily from the Alfred Hitchcock Psycho opening theme by Bernard Herrmann. According to Re-Animator Resurrectus, a 70-minute featurette on the limited edition 2-disc Re-Animator box set. Glow stick liquid was used for the glowing green reagent. It is the first time glow stick liquid glow sticks have ever been used on film.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abbott gave Barbara Crampton his denim jacket from the film after production wrapped, and she still has it. And I'll do one more. Barbara Crampton talked about doing nude scenes in this and other films during a 2014 interview. Anything I did was always part of the film and part of the story. I don't think that anything I ever did felt like I shouldn't be doing this, or I'm scared to do it, or that it would hurt my career if I do it. There are a lot of people who are movie viewers who have very varying degrees on what they think and how they feel about sexuality and nudity. There's a lot of social and moral issues involved in people's minds and their upbringing. But for me as an actor, if it's part of the story, I'll do it, and I'll probably continue to do it. I don't know if anybody's going to see a wrinkled old grandmother, Barbara Crampton, but if it's part of the story, I'll do it anyway.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
I love that. That's really good.
You gotta bring up Dr. Hill's divorce after this movie.
What? Oh, because of the scene.
Yeah, because of the
Yeah.
fellatio scene there.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, really?
He got because his wife didn't want him to do the scene.
Yeah, his wife didn't want him
The
to do this.
actor. David
Yeah, the
Bowie.
actor,
The
yeah,
actor.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
God.
she didn't want him to do the scene, and she said that if he does the movie and does the scene, then they're gonna get a divorce. And
He did it.
Sure enough, he did it, and they got divorced.
Which is funny
Wow,
because
okay.
I just saw a tweet about another actor who says he will never kiss anyone on set because his lips are only meant for one person, and everyone's like praising him and being like, "Yes, a man with boundaries." So
I
yeah,
think I know who you're talking
Here's the
about.
story of David Gale.
yeah,
Oh,
I
God.
forget his name.
Does he have crazy blue eyes?
Yeah, and I think he might have been in Desperate Housewives, but I could be wrong.
He's a villain in most movies.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's got a villain look.
Yep.
Yeah, he won't kiss anyone on set or on set.
Yeah, no sex
on
scenes.
in
Wow.
scenes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
teach their own.
Whatever floats your boat. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the comments here. I think he has more than just the acting part going on, producing role or something. Oh, for Davy Death Ray. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about David Deathford.
I see.
Sam would love Suitable Flesh. It has a sex demon. I'm watching it tonight. No, I'm kidding. It is going to be higher on my list now, though. I think you're right, Rod. Davey seems like a good dude.
Does seem like a good dude. We're going to be doing an interview with him next week.
Oh, cool.
Next week or the week after, we're going on Late Night with the Davey, which is at like 10 o'clock at night. I'm staying up for it. So.
Yeah, it's on a Thursday.
Ooh, power through, Sam.
I will.
Yeah.
I might need a nap before.
Yes. It will help.
Super big coffee before.
Yeah, we're doing that, and I think I'm also going on In Love with Horrors. I'm going on a live with Christy one day.
Yep.
In that same week, like the day before or something. But
Yeah.
that's earlier.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we have our next episode. Is it the Bay? Next
I don't know.
Sunday?
Sure.
Yeah, we're doing the Bay next Sunday with
I think we were supposed to do the Bay like 4 weeks ago.
yeah, and then we were supposed to do it Saturday, but I had to push it to Sunday. We're doing it
Oh,
with
okay.
Ian. But we might do a live on Monday. Just us.
Canada Day.
It's Canada Day. So we might just
Oh.
hop on here Monday. I don't know what time yet.
Well.
But we're going to talk about our favorite Canadian horror movies.
Yes. What's
It'll
your
just be a
favorite
little-
Canadian horror movie?
I got,
Spoilers.
yeah, spoilers.
I want to know now. Okay. I understand. Sorry.
We can tell you after.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know what time, but we'll pop on here if anyone wants to come in and chat again.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be kind of random
We're just going to shoot the
because
shit. and
I'm going to
talk.
be working. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So maybe around dinner time after.
yeah.
But yeah, thanks for coming on again.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you. I'm so happy to see you guys again. And
I know.
next time, whose turn is it? We don't have anyone.
No, we did a poll. We could do another poll.
Yeah, I like the poll.
Yeah.
But you can't do Re-Animator and then 2 random movies because obviously Re-Animator is gonna win.
Fine.
Yeah, do you want to do a poll or do you want to pick a movie?
Oh no, it doesn't.
You
It
can pick
doesn't
a
matter.
movie too.
I like the idea of doing a poll. Then it gives your Patreon followers something to do on your timeline.
Okay.
Okay.
And thank you to our Patreon members.
Yes.
Miki, Bo, Rob, Kayla, the Bitter Wolf, Craig, Jay.
Yep.
Did I nail it?
I think so.
I think so.
Honestly, I can't remember.
All right. All right. One last you guys were awesome. Thanks for entertaining me
Thank you,
anytime. Take care all.
Have a good
Thanks for
night.
having me. Yeah, have a good night, everyone, and stay spooky.